Hi there everyone, this is John with jftops.com, and today we are going to install our first JF Tops bed topper for the new JLU 2018 Jeep. We are probably going to be one of the first on the market to have a hard tonneau top bed cover, which will go on the back. We'll go into more details, but I just want to make a quick introduction myself. This is going to be our first video, so forgive me for being a little off kilter. But I want to show everyone how easy they are to put on and discuss, you know, the best part of a JF Tops bed topper: security, you know, stowing your gear in the rear, everything you need to have, you know, when you're off-roading. Then we have it all lined by Trucks Outfitters in Denton, which is a Rhino and Lionex poly blend, which lays on almost a 1/16 of an inch thick all the way around on all surface. Now you'll see the main part of this design and what gives it the strength down the middle is going to be the 3/4 inch aluminum I-beam or H channel that we run down to connect the two boards. And this is how we interlock the two pieces together and gives it a good strength down the middle of it. Okay, so we're about to start our installation. I want to point out a couple things, and a lot of this goes back and forth between the JKU and the JLU. A lot of similarities, but of course there are some differences as we figured out when we were working the designs for the new version. The roll cage, they've brought it in an inch and forward a little bit, but they've added a couple extra bolt holes for the hard tops, and the seats of course are coming already factory reclined, so you know there was some differences that needed to be incorporated. Now of course on the JK versions, JKUs, if you have seat recline, we can also custom do that. We just got to know ahead of time. We do standard builds, and then we can cut out 2 inches to make use of the recline. And also, of course, we have our soft top versions. Now, all the JLUs are coming hard top for the most part, unless you order a soft top. We'll probably come up with a soft top version as well to handle the gate. But the hard top version is our most popular because most people, when they take their hard top off, they want something to cover their rear and stow their gear in the rear, and that's what we came up with, and that's what we try and make happen. So a couple things before we start. When you're prepping to get this top on, like I said, you'll see it go pretty smooth. I'll start it when we get going, but I want to point out some things. First off, to go install, always move your seats, the rear seats, just lean them forward with the seat belt over the shoulder, so that way it just kind of gets them out of the way when you're doing your install. That way you're all clear. Secondly, on the hard tops you have these little rubber tabs. That's the seal for your hard top. So they just come off real easily, and then we're going to put them forward so that way their back end's going to be flush. And these tops sit on the rails, so everything's going to sit flush. Just going to push them there out the way. And when you take your top off, all you got to do is get a little screwdriver or a little pocket knife, pop them back out enough so you can put these seals back on. But that way everything stays nice and tight, and just kind of keep them out of the way there. Alright, so now everything's ready to go on. We're basically going to get ready to put the top on. Okay guys, so we are getting ready to install the first 2018 JLU JF Tops bed topper. And that's at jftops.com. Couple quick notes. Sean is going to be helping me out. This is his Jeep. He just bought it, and he was gracious enough to let us use his Jeep as a template. And we're happy. We did a quick test fit just to make sure everything was the way it was when we test fitted it before we sprayed. So everything came out all right. Now again, use yourself a little gun. We're going to put a timer on it. We'll check our watch, see how long it takes us. We're not going to do it super fast. Sean's going to help me. Now granted, you can do these by yourself, but you know, probably easier if you have a second person to help you. We also supply the longer bolts with hex heads, which go into the factory hardware. So all that's included with the JF Tops bed topper. So with that, let's go ahead and we're gonna look at the, you got a timer on yours?
Yes.
All right, Sean's got a timer. Let's kick it off. Ready? Say when.
Go.
All right. Okay. We're going to start with the front, which you'll see you bring it in through the seat belts. Sean helps glide it. Now the security board is on the back. We're going to drop that down. That'll wedge behind the back seat. So now all you're going to do, line up your holes, and then always finger start these threaded bolts because they're not tapered. They're machined, but you got to make sure you get it started. You don't want to just go run. You don't want to go run your screw gun on there and strip them in there. That would not be fun. Okay, so we got those started on the front. Find your hole there, Sean. Now don't go run them all down until you get them all started so you get it all nice and tight. I'm going to go ahead and start getting the back piece. Now something we do on the JK versions and the JL versions, we put a rounded end on the piece that goes in, because what this does is it comes in from the back, goes into the channel, and locks down. Alright, very easy. Goes right in, connects. So now we'll get our back bolt started. And a lot of this, all this goes the same with the JK versions. JKU, we also do a JK 2-door with no back seat. Let's see, where am I at here? Okay, all right, we've got them all started. So now we're gonna run them down with the gun. Get them all in there. Now another thing we did, also you want to do is just kind of make sure everything's all tight together and snug before you tighten them down. But also make a note that they're not using the rail tabs anymore on these rails. They're spot welded in there. So there really isn't a whole lot of moving. So we had to make sure we put some slotted holes in here to make sure you can get in there. Make for an easy install. Now something else we did, we got it all tied around the roll bar. I'm not saying they're waterproof, but there's enough room for you to put a thin layer of weather stripping in there and make this where it's going to be pretty weather tight. Now, that's it. We're done.
Less than 5 minutes.
Less than 5 minutes with 2 people. One person maybe take 10 minutes. You do it a couple times. It's really easy. And then when you take it off, when you want to store it, I'll show you a JKU version. Now basically, I know this is hard to tell. This is the JKU version. Basically, you put your tailpiece in between the security board and the main board, lock it together. You just put it off to the side in your garage. So you've got all this clean. Look, let's do a walk around. Get this out of the way. Why don't you go ahead and pop your seats up there, Sean? So as you can see, We've got the security board in the back, which goes right down behind the back seats. So that way no one's getting in there. It wedges behind the seat. You got D-rings on here. This comes standard on all our tops. Make sure if you need to throw a cooler on the top, throw some gear on the back, you're ready to go. Now look at the lines on this. We've got this where it's matching. Now if you did have a soft top, you could literally put that soft top on here and do it over the sides. So let's see. Old Devil Dog here has got him a nice, secure area. How much are all them tools you haul around, Sean?
I carry about $4,000 worth of tools back there.
Yeah. When he's running with that top off, he's got to keep that gear in there. Now another little secret you could do. Let's see if we can do it on these. We're not going to be able to do it like the JKUs. See, like I was talking, this is a first time install. On the JKUs, you can double nut them. So you'll want to just make sure, but overall, this is going to deter most people from messing around with your gear and give you a place to keep it when you're running down the road. A nice clean look with the Rhino lining. It's a blend. It's Rhino and Line-X together, but we wanted to outfit it so it'd be rough and be able to handle the outdoors and off-roading and have the capability that you would need, just like with me. I mean, now granted, I'll go over here to my JKU, my old dog here. But that's where it all started. This is one of my original pieces here. Had it on there for going on 2 years now. Leave it on there, it's ready to go. And as you can see, I play around with some other things that I come up with. I like running with my Freedom tops. Keeps the rain off. But overall, 2-person, 5-minute install. You can't go wrong. And the look, see how it just sits right over the bed line, the tailgate, so that way you've got access back in the trunk. I just want to give enough video so everybody can see what we're looking at here. Like I said, these we brought them in pretty close, but with some weather stripping, you put along there and put it in between. You can be all nice and weather tight. I'm not going to guarantee them that they're all 100% waterproof, but it'll keep most of that crud out. And with the channel here, that's going to lock it off. Put you a weather strip down the middle. Now, if I go start doing it and it don't hold up, then you're going to be upset with me. So, that's a little helpful tips. But other than that, if you have any questions, check out our website, jftops.com. Take a look at our gallery. Also, you can look for us on Facebook at jftops.com. Or no, I'm sorry, Facebook at jftops. And then you'll pull up our JKU Bed Topper webpage or Facebook page. Anyhow, with that, you guys have a good day. I want to thank Sean for letting me do this on his Jeep and getting this out on the market for everybody. See you Jeeping.